cheers to fans.
We're kind of flip-flopped for this video, just for, you know, funsies, you know, switch it up a little bit.
A little bit.
We recreated the Kill This Love makeup looks, well, one of them.
Yeah, one of the many looks in this music video.
I recreated Jennie's makeup look.
And I recreated Lisa's.
So if you're interested in how we got these looks, then just keep watching.
The first thing that I will be doing is putting on these contacts from Olens called Jenith Gold 3Con Blue. The lenses were conveniently packaged in this little packet individually. As you can see, it's the blue color there. And what was really nice of Olens to do was they actually had a case within a case for your contacts, as well as these little tweezers here, so that it could just keep everything a bit more, you know, sanitary. And now you guys can see me here just kind of struggling to put on these freaking contact lenses. I don't usually wear lenses, so this was a struggle. But I was finally able to get them in, and once I did, it was such a joy, and I was feeling myself, and yeah, anyways, on to the next thing. After the lenses, I just went in with Etude House's Face Blur to give me a bright and pinky as well as pore minimizing effect, especially since Lisa does have a very bright cast to her face in this music video. Then I went in with another Etude House product, which was the Drawing Eyebrow Pencil in the color brown, and I didn't pay too much attention on the details of my brows just because I am going to put on a wig later, as you probably saw in the introduction, and since the wig has bangs and you can't really see my eyebrows, I didn't put too much stress on it. Next I went in with ColourPop's No Filter Foundation in the color Fair 30, and although I'm not the biggest fan of this foundation, I just used it because it's the lightest color that I have. And I just went in with a foundation brush because I didn't want to use my fingers to apply the makeup. But after that, I just blended it in with a sponge. And girl, do you see how pale I am here? That's not okay. I literally look like a ghost. After turning myself into a ghost, I put on Smashbox's concealer in the color Fair Light Warm Peach. Next I went in with NYX's eye primer in the color white just to have a really good base so that I can get that really vibrant pink color that Lisa has in the music video. I even extended the white primer out a little bit to create a cat eye with the primer since I'm going to be doing the same thing with the eyeshadow later. I used the Morphe M167 flat dome brush just to crisp out the edges of the primer for an easier eyeshadow application. And for the MVP of this look, I used ColourPop's press shadow in the color Fair Play and went in with the same Morphe brush just to apply it all over my lids. Lisa drags out that pink eyeshadow for her wing, so that's what I did too, and that NYX primer and how I winged that out too also came in really handy at this point. Then I went in with the Morphe M124 brush, which is just a smaller flat brush for detailing purposes so I can get a more crisp line on the pink eyeshadow. I also used this brush for the inner corner point that Lisa does, where she drags it out a little bit more towards the inner corner to create a more cat-like effect. I then used this E.L.F. detailer brush just to get a more precise point on the inner corner. Then with this M.A.C 212 brush, which is just a flat liner brush, I use that to have a really crisp winged line. The look is slowly coming together! Then I went in with the Morphe M124 brush to apply the shadow onto the bottom lash line, and I really concentrated it towards the outer third and a little bit on the inner corner as well. And of course, for this look, I had to use my Sailor Moon eyeliner that I got from Japan. It was too appropriate not to use it. I went in a little bit more heavy-handed with the eyeliner than I do usual just because the pink is quite an overwhelming color. So if you don't go a little bit heavier with the black liner, then it'll just look too pinky, I think. The black just really helped to balance that out. I also went in with my Estee Lauder black eyeliner just to get closer to the lash line so that I can intensify that black liner. At the winged part, it was just really easy to actually draw my eyeliner since the wing was already there and the shape had been created with the eyeshadow, so I just followed that. Then I went in with my Shui Mura eyelash curler and put on my Ardell Natural Pack eyelashes. For bottom lashes, I went in with It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. Similar to the eyes, I wanted the lips to really pop with that vibrant pink color that Lisa has on, so I used whatever foundation was left on my sponge and smoothed out my skin as well as blotted out my lips so that it can have a really true pink color. I even went in with the NYX eyeshadow primer since it is cream based and put that on top of my foundationed lips. For my lips, I went in with Nature Republic's Botanical Eco Crayon Lip Rouge in the color Candy Pink. I was actually really happy about the way the lip color turned out because it's a really close match to the ColourPop eyeshadow that I have on. And in the music video for this particular look, Lisa has a very monotone look going on, so finding a close match was so good. Then I went in with my Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula just to contour my nose up a bit to look a little bit like Lisa's. Her nose tends to be a little bit wider than mine as well as shorter, so I did try to make the shadow a little bit wider than I normally would, and also did my highlight a little bit wider as well. And as usual, I went in with my Milani highlighter in the color Afterglow. Then I also contoured up my cheeks up a little bit because Lisa does have higher cheekbones than me, as well as a shorter face than me, so just contoured accordingly to try and match that as well. Now that the makeup's done, outfit time. First things first, girls gotta have a chains. This one I just dug through my mom's jewelry box and luckily found a bunch of gold chains because like I said, girls gotta have a jewelry, and basically borrowed a bunch of the jewelry pieces that you'll be seeing here today. Then I went in with this blonde wig that I was able to find off of Amazon. I chose this one because not only was it blonde, but it also has bangs as well as some curls to it. This is my look, guys! So basically I got the white skirt from Korea, the bralette from American Eagle, and the black jacket I'm wearing from Michael Kors is Chanel's mom's. But yeah, since you have seen my look, now on to Chanel's.
I'm going to be transforming myself into Jennie from the Kill This Love music video, so let's get started. Alright, I'm using the Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation in the shade 110 Porcelain and 128 Warm Nude. And as you can see, I am spreading out the foundation. I'm using the 110 shade Porcelain in the more highlighted areas, things that you want to be more accentuated, and then the darker 128 shade on parts of my face that I want to look a little bit more contoured. Really, the foundation gets kind of mixed up as you blend it out, so don't be too concerned about the placement. This is just kind of what I like to do. I feel like it makes a very slight difference. I'm mixing these two foundations together because Jennie does have a lighter skin tone than me. Usually I would go just with the 128 shade and kind of use my concealer to highlight just under my eyes and like the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my forehead, but since Jennie is lighter, I'm going in with a lot more of the 110 Porcelain shade just to kind of make my skin look more like her skin complexion and skin tone. I'm going back in with the 110 Porcelain shade just in specific areas that I want to brighten up a bit more. Again, just to match her skin tone and skin color. She is a lot lighter than me, especially since I've gotten a tan recently from all the nice sunny weather, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. The next step is concealer. I'm using the Smashbox Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealer. Wow, say that 25 times fast. In the shade Light Cool Peach. And I'm working one eye at a time just because I've used this concealer I think for about a month now. And I've learned that on my skin, I have dry skin, so it dries real quick on me. So I have to start blending it out as soon as it hits my face. Otherwise, it's stuck there forever and it's waterproof, so it will not budge. But yeah, I'm going over my blemishes and kind of just, again, making it look like there's a filter on my face because K-pop stars, especially Jennie girl, be having that flawless skin. So I gotta do my best to recreate that. Ain't no pimple scars or pimples for me. Goodbye. see you later. It's brow time! I'm using the ColourPop Brow Boss pencil in the color Taupe. Jennie's brows are a little bit more arched than mine, and when I say that, just think of like a rainbow, but you kind of like squish it. So it's a very soft arch. And I did that with both of my brows, and now I'm filling just the little gaps in with my Wet n Wild brow powder in Ash Brown. Oh yeah! Next is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Light Bronzer. On a small angled brush, I'm going in to contour my nose to look like hers. She actually has a wider looking nose bridge, so I'm putting my contour a little bit further apart than I usually would do it. And I'm kind of putting contour in the little crevices of my nose just to make it look a bit more pinched. She does have a kitten nose, so I kind of shaded the inside of my nostrils to give it that effect. And then now I'm moving on to contouring my face. She has a way smaller face than me, so hello contour. I'm just applying the bronzer kind of on my cheekbones to bring them back a little bit as an allusion to a smaller face. Eye makeup, my favorite part. I'm going in with the ColourPop shadow in Flower Boy on a fluffy brush. And I'm going to use that fluffy brush to kind of lay out the template, if you will, of the eyeshadow. She kind of has it winged out, so this is going to be my transition shade. I'm using a smaller pencil brush to do more of the detail work in the lower lash line, and then a flat brush to do the inner corners. Next, I'm going in with another ColourPop eyeshadow in the color Fair Play. On that same flat brush, I'm just putting Fair Play in places where I want to deepen the look, give it a little bit more contrast because her eyeshadow look in the music video is so vibrant. I messed up here, so here's a wipe. Then I'm going in with the ColourPop Yas Please palette and using the color Mischief, that beautiful yellowy mustard color, and popping it on the center of my lid. Using the same flat brush, I just turned it over and I'm using the other side. And then doing the same exact thing, mirroring it onto the bottom lash line. Don't be too concerned about the blending in this step. We're going to be adding the glitter right now. Using the same palette, I'm going in with the shade Butter Cake, that beautiful gold color, and using that right on top of the yellow. Now I'm going into the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette with the color Shipwreck and the same dome brush, just flipping it over to the side that I used the pink on before to add definition now. I'm deepening this look up, and this is just the perfect mauve-y purple shade to do it. Also, I apologize at how many palettes I'm using in this. I'm just using what I have, so please feel free to use whatever you have at home. Next, I'm going in with the Tartlet In Bloom palette and using a mixture of Activist and Smoke Show on a really small dome brush. Oh yeah. And I'm using that to create like a smoked out liner. I have my last few lash extensions hanging on, so ignore my 3 eyelashes. This liner just kind of fills in my lash line to make it look a little more defined. Next, I'm going in with the Stila liquid eyeshadow in the color Rose Gold Retro on a flat brush. I'm just going to dip onto the wand and create a vertical line kind of where your iris is. Do that to both the top and the bottom. Before the shadow dries, I'm going back in with the Butter Cake shade and pressing the gold onto those lines. Onto my lips, I'm using the Innisfree lip tint in the color Cherry. I couldn't find the label. And giving myself that popsicle style lip look. It's kind of like ombre, where it's darker in the center of your lip and then it kind of gradually lightens up as you go towards the edges of your lip. So it kind of looks like you just ate a cherry popsicle. And our Jennie look is complete. Okay, I'm gonna go change.
Okay, so for my Jennie outfit, I'm wearing a top from Zara. It's a short sleeve top, so I put in like a button-up little cardigan thing, like kind of like this. It reminds me of like church clothes, I don't know. But that's from Old Navy. I put it underneath so it kind of looks like a long sleeve shirt. And then most of these necklaces are from Laura. I didn't have like the big cross necklace like she had, but I have like a bunch of layers, so like a gold choker type thing, a little gold necklace here, and then some color because she's wearing a shirt that has color in it. But so that's kind of like the jewelry. I got my pearls. This is just like a really long pearl necklace that I doubled up. Like I just put it over my shoulder and then crossed it like that and like pulled one end so it looks a little longer. And then for my bottoms, they're like kind of like, what would you call these? Like Spanx. They're like Nike running pants and then volleyball shorts, yeah. And then I have my thigh-high socks. That looks yahe. My thigh-high socks that I'm wearing to complete the look, or wearing to complete the look. So yeah, and then in my hair, I kind of really loosely waved it because hers looks kind of like that. And then she has like a chain in her hair, but I didn't have that, so I just like eyelash glued 3 rhinestones just to like get the gist of it. I highly don't recommend that though. It's horrible. It does not stick very well. But yeah, that's kind of. And then here we are together. Aren't you starstruck?
Just call me Lisa. Call me Lisa!
Hi, Lisa!
Yep. So thank you for watching all the way to the end.
Yay!
And since you're at the end, might as well press that subscribe button and press the like button as well. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video.
Yay!
And until next week.
Cheers to
Cheers to a
good
good
week,
week.
guys!
Bye! Linkers!